Hey guys, what is up? Val Nichols here, and I just want to say welcome to day 2 of the 15 days of wild giving. Let me just share this out really fast to a couple people that I know want to jump on here, so hang with me real fast as I share this out to a couple people I know wanted to be on. So yeah, when you guys jump on, let me know, did you watch day 1? What did you get from it? I was literally crying going back through all of the comments and all of the things you guys were saying yesterday. It was absolutely beautiful. We heard such amazing things like I'm not good at finishing. I am always sign up for too many webinars and people with all their ideas. You're speaking my language. I find it hard to talk about myself. I heard so many great things yesterday that I just cannot wait to come on here and talk about this crazy subject that is just popping up all over the place, and that is self-doubt. So when you jump on, say hi so I know that you're here, because it was not telling me yesterday who was popping on. And one of my dear sweet friends, Kayla, was on, and she told me she was on the whole time. And I didn't even see her. Maybe that was the day before. I don't know. My days get really mixed up. Does anyone else have a problem with remembering time and days? Or is it just me? I don't know. If it's just me, that's okay. But I am super duper pumped that we are here today, that you are here with me. And if at any time you feel like you want to share this out, please share it out, because you are going to be entered into a drawing. We have a couple of people who shared it yesterday and they are in here. Hello, beautiful, gorgeous friends. Hi, Nicole. Hello, Raina. If I'm not saying hi to you, I am so sorry. Facebook is not telling me everybody that's on. I just see people who liked it. So let me know you're here, and let me know, do you ever struggle with self-doubt? Is it something you feel like you have mastered, or are you ready to dive in today and find out how you finally get over the big D, doubt? Because let me tell you, there was a time in my life when I was so sick and tired. I was frustrated with self-doubt. It kept me stuck. It kept me just completely frozen in terror. And let me tell you, it was frustrating as crap. So let me pull this up so I can see if you guys have any comments here. I'm not seeing any comments pop in yet. So let me know if you guys can hear me and if you can see me, because I'm not seeing any comments pop up. So I'm not sure if you guys can hear me. I hope so. My phone is going and so is my laptop. So let's dive in. If you are all set, let's dive in. All right, so if this is the first time you've ever seen me live, my name is Val Nichols. I am super pumped to be here. I'm your host for the 15 days of wild giving, which is that, we are going to dive in deep. We're going to tell all the things for building out your business, building out your brand, getting the confidence you need, getting past self-doubt, all of the things you need to really build a business and a lifestyle that you truly desire. I am a business coach. I've helped women to double their incomes. I'm talking like $200,000 and more. I've helped women to hit 7 figures. I've helped women to rebrand, to hire out teams that are soul-aligned teams, to build their tribes, to do all the things. I had a very successful marketing business in my 20s, went on to kill it in corporate, was at the top of my game, and then I decided to literally chuck it all, throw it away, and start my own business. And here we are. Long story short, here we are. I'm so super excited. So do you ever get that feeling like you are not good enough? Or maybe it's that feeling like you're not ready, right? Like so many of us can get caught up in that. And I was just reading over the comments from yesterday, and Isabella had said, I get excited about something, but I don't finish. Anyone else in that category? Anyone else here feel it? And then someone else, Kelly said, I have self-doubt still. It is so overwhelming. And that literally, it spoke to my heart. It just like pinged my soul, because I know that feeling of feeling so overwhelmed and being so frustrated that you still have that self-doubt, that it's still popping up, that all the things are coming up, and it is such a frustrating feeling. So I totally get it, girl. I feel you, and we're going to talk about that today. And let me just remind you guys that if you're feeling like you're not good enough, if you're feeling like you're not ready, then this is all normal stuff. This is all normal stuff that we all deal with. We all deal with this. right? Like feeling like you're not good enough. At each level, there's a new layer, right? Like at each level, there's a new layer that may or may not pop up for you. And if you're feeling that self-doubt, if you're feeling like you're not good enough, if you're feeling like you're not ready, then just know that this is all normal stuff that we all deal with. This is all normal stuff. We all deal with it. And just know you are in the right place if you're feeling any of that, because today we're going to talk about uncovering it, discovering it, and discarding it once and for all. If you guys are ready, give me a whoop whoop, give me a shout out, give me some hearts, give me something, so I know that you guys are super pumped and that you can, like, I'm not just speaking to the choir here. I'm not just speaking to people who are totally confident. So let me look over here. I'm not seeing anything pop up yet. Oh my gosh, I think my internet's being kind of poopy. Let me click out of here for right now. There we go. All right, so if you are in a small business, there are those of you who are, you know, if you're an online business, if you're an online marketer, maybe you have a small business, maybe you have a brick and mortar, maybe you have a medium-sized business, and there's also people on here who have side hustles. Maybe you're part of a multi-level marketing. Maybe you are, working a 9-to-5 job and you still have your side hustle with the hopes that one day you'll be able to just scrap the 9-to-5, walk away, create the business and the lifestyle of freedom and, all the income potential that you truly desire, like I did back in July of 2018. And let me tell you, that was like the greatest thing I've ever done. And it's so great when you're able to get to that place where you have that freedom. Or maybe you're in a corporate job, you're in a 9-to-5 and you're happy running your side hustle, whatever that looks like for you. That is, that's great. That's amazing. But I do know that self-doubt can creep up, whether if you're running your business full time, if you're working from home, if you are, doing a side hustle, that self-doubt can really rear its ugly head. And what it ends up doing is it just completely crushes us. It crushes your confidence. It's overwhelming. It's frustrating. It's all the things, right? It's all of the things. And let me share with you guys a little story because, I love to teach from my experience and show you guys like what is possible for you in your life. We talked a lot about, audacious, amazing, crazy results and possibilities yesterday in our live stream. So if you missed that, go back and watch it on day one. It was incredible. I was in tears. I was crying. It was great. So go back and watch it as soon as this is over. And hello, love, whoever that was. Sorry, Facebook is not telling me who's popping on for some reason. I'm not getting all the information, but I send you love and thank you for watching. So I want to share with you guys something a little bit crazy that really I didn't know fed into my self-doubt. Oh, hey, Miriam. Hello. It just popped up with your name. So hi. Oh, hello, Carol Feely. Yay! My favorite little twin redhead. Anyway, so I want to share with you guys something that I didn't realize impacted me so incredibly much until I was looking back at like 30-something years old. I was looking back and realized that, boom, I was stuck in something that happened at 11 years old that had crushed my confidence, that made me doubt myself, that made me just, freeze in terror. It made me so afraid of moving forward and so afraid of moving back that I would just freeze. I would doubt myself. I'd say, what if I'm making the wrong choice? What if I make the wrong decision? What if I make a mistake? What if I go the wrong way and then I ruin my whole life? What if I make the wrong decision and I do the wrong thing with my life and then I wake up at 80 and I hate it and I'm miserable and all the things like, I don't know about you guys if you have that spinning that will go in your head. I used to live in that every single day. Like every single day to a point that it was debilitating. Every single day that was a point that I could start something and get really excited, but I had no ability to actually finish the task in front of me. I had no ability because I was so caught up in the terror. I was so caught up in the self-doubt that I had no ability to actually finish all the millions of tasks that I had started. And just thinking about that literally exhaust me. Just thinking about it. I would stay up at night and be up at 3 a.m. thinking about all the things that I needed to complete, thinking of all the things I had said I was going to do and I didn't do. thinking of all the millions of projects that I've started that were looming in the background that I knew I needed to do, the promises I had made, all the things I'd started, all the ideas I had going that I never actually completed. And what I didn't know then that I know now, when I looked back at, gosh, it was a couple of years ago, but I looked back and I was like, oh, I know why. I could trace back the exact moment that started. And when I was able to spiral back and look back, this is something I do in my coaching business. We get to the root of what is causing these inner things that sometimes in our adult minds and our brains, we can't even process it because we experienced it through a child's point of view. We experienced it through children's eyes and children's minds. And all you've got to do is go watch a 3-year-old, a 5-year-old, a 7-year-old, an 11-year-old, heck, even an 18-year-old, and realize that the way you process information in those ages, in those stages, the way you process information, the beliefs that you create about yourself, like self-doubt, not being able to finish what you start, not being able to rise up, to make decisions, to move forward in something big, even when you know you need to move forward, your ability to do that is hindered because you are processing and you are watching and you are experiencing through childlike eyes and a mind that doesn't know what you know today. So what happened is when I was in the 5th grade, I was 11 years old. I was, I loved theater. I had done acting when I was a kid. I loved it. I would just work so hard, you guys, like recovering perfectionist right here. Okay, maybe not recovering, but definitely working toward it. But, I had such a perfectionism ever since I was a kid, like straight A's, would never miss a day of school. We wrote this play. It was a play on, like a parody of the Beauty and the Beast, because that was like the big Disney movie when I was in 3rd grade. So we wrote a parody of Beauty and the Beast, the Disney movie, called Beauty and the Feast. It was all about this beautiful princess that went to a feast and she met a handsome prince, and the story. It was pretty much the same as the regular Beauty and the Beast story. But I really wanted this role. We had worked for weeks on it. Me and my classmates, we had wrote this play. We were going to perform it in front of the whole school. And I was determined to get that role. I was determined to get the lead role of Beauty. And I went home, and at night I would make my mom, do all the lines with me. And I would say, no, you be this and I'll be Beauty. And I'm just going to recite all the lines. And I would do it over and over and over each and every single night. I was practicing. I was doing it. I would get out my little boom box. Remember, I had like this little pink boom box, and I would press record, and I would record myself saying it, and I would go over it, and then I would practice, and I would do that. Have any of you guys ever done that? Been so determined to win something or to get something or to achieve something that you practice and you practice and you practice until you get so good at it that you're like, I'm going to nail it. I am going to nail this. So after weeks and weeks of practicing with my mom at home and recording myself on my little boom box, my little tape recorder boom box, and practicing the lines and just getting everything down and watching Beauty and the Beast over and over and over until my VHS tape was pretty much worn out. VHS tape. I know some of y'all watching this don't even know what a VHS tape is, but Google it. I'm dating myself here. But I was so excited. And that day came, and I got up in front of the entire class. And believe it or not, I'm a little dramatic. So I acted like I had never acted before in my 11 years of life at that point. I got up on stage, I said all the lines, I did this dramatic exit, and the whole class, they were cheering and clapping, and they were so excited, and they were like, yeah, Val, you go, let's do this. And I was so proud, and I went back to my little seat, and I sat at my little desk, and I was so incredibly proud. And then the class voted, and they said, okay, so the winner of Beauty is Val Nichols. Not really. I wish that how it would have went. Actually, my last name was Henry at the time. But what ended up happening was my 5th grade teacher, Mr. Gilbert, got up in front of the entire class and started reprimanding us. He said, "Class, I'm highly disappointed in you. I'm disappointed that instead of looking at skill, you made this a popularity contest. You made this decision not based on who was the best choice, but on who you like. I'm very disappointed to announce that Valerie Henry got the role." I was crushed. I was embarrassed. I was 11 years old. I had no idea what popularity meant. I don't remember thinking I was like specifically like popular or whatever. I was 11 years old. I had no idea how to gauge that. There was one other girl who ran against me, and the class voted for me. And in that moment, I could feel my cheeks burning up, and I just felt so freaking devastated. I literally wanted to run out the room, and I was trying so hard not to cry in front of my classmates because, you know what, like at the time I thought crying meant weakness, and I thought that meant I was weak, and I thought that meant that I wasn't strong enough. And in that moment, I let that man's opinion mean that it was bad for me to be bold and go after what I want. I let that mean that I had to play small. I let that mean that I had to pull back in the rest of my life. I let that mean that being popular and being liked was a bad thing. I was 11 years old. I didn't get back up in front on a stage for like 7 more years. I doubted myself. I doubted my ability to do anything well. I doubted my ability that I thought if, from that moment forward, I carried with me this belief because I was 11 years old. I didn't know he was the adult. He was the authority. I didn't know that an opinion didn't mean the truth of who I was. I didn't know that one person's opinion, this adult that, was the authority, he was the teacher. I didn't know that what he said about me did not have to be the truth. He was cruel. And so what I did is I started to hide. I started to play small. I started, not doing so well in school. I started pulling back. I started, not wanting to get attention. I started to just like run under the radar because I thought that if I ran under the radar and I played small and I didn't do anything to ruffle the feathers, I thought that if, I could just run under the radar and like not be seen and not be noticed, that what would happen was then I wouldn't have to hurt like I hurt that day. It was like 7 more years before I got on stage, and even that was like a tiny little role. And I didn't get up on stage and speak my truth until I was like 36 years old. So for 25 years, I let that one thing hold me. And what ended up happening is I believed the self-doubt. I believed the opinions of others meant more than what I thought I was inside. I thought that the opinion of others, what people said, what people thought, what people would think about me, whether whatever it was, I carried that with me for 25 years and did not step on a stage and speak my truth again for 25 years. And for some of you guys, it might not be that dramatic, but for some of you, it might be decades, just like it was for me. Carol says, understand those feelings, believe the lies. Yes, girl, yes. It's because we're soul twins. But seriously, maybe your story's not that extreme, but it could be decades. It could be years, it could be decades. That's why I became a coach, because there was somebody in my life who had carried for decades lies. things that were said about her and done to her that weren't hers to hold, things that happened that weren't hers to carry. And that inspired me to take the leap, to take action, to jump all in. And let me tell you guys today, you can always overcome, but you have to take action in spite of your self-doubt. I didn't have anyone to tell me that at 11 years old. I wish I knew then what I know now, but all I know is that throughout the years, I had this false belief and I tampered it down with more self-doubt and more self-doubt. And every single time, like, I wasn't invited to a birthday party, I would just pile on top of myself, 11, 12 years old, I would just keep piling it on top. Look, this proves I'm not good enough. Oh my gosh, I got a B? That proves I'm not good enough. This boy thinks my friend's cute and not me. That proves I'm not good enough. And so what I did is I started taking more and more action to prove that inner self-doubt that was growing and growing and growing. And pretty soon I didn't even know where it stemmed from. All I knew was I had this feeling inside of me that I couldn't make decisions. I couldn't make forward. I couldn't get past the ick. I couldn't get past the ick because I was so stuck in it. I was so stuck in it. And I'm here today to tell you, you can always overcome, but you've got to take action in spite of your self-doubt. People ask me all the time, Val, how do I get what you have? I want everything that you've told me you have, the feelings, the emotions, the lifestyle, the business. I want to have the confidence to stand on stage and speak like you do. I want to be able to share my story and pour my heart out and do all these things. And you know what? The only thing I can tell you is how I got here was I was terrified when I started. I know I have a fellow Toastmaster on here who's also a president of a club. So shout out to you, Miss Carol. But when I first got the vision in my heart that I was going to be on stage speaking to hundreds of people, I was freaking terrified. And I knew in that moment, either I sit here and I write it out and I let that little feeling gnaw at me until it grows so big that I look back when I'm 80 years old and I regret that I never took action, or I'm going to decide to go up there and when my knees are shaking, I'm going to go take action and I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to take the action. And what ends up happening is over time when you take more action and you start to be the person who finishes what you start, right? How do you get to be that person? You take action. When you say you're going to be somewhere and you show up, or you show up on time, or you start a project and you find something within you that's carrying you forward even deeper than just the initial excitement that comes along with something new. You guys pick that up? Carol says, do it afraid. Yes, girl. Yes. Do it afraid. I don't know who coined that word or that phrase, but it is absolutely true. Take action in spite of your fear. Take action in spite of the self-doubt, because the only way to get through it is to go through it carrying the self-doubt, not judging yourself for having it, realizing it's there, but also realizing that, it doesn't get to dictate who you are, what you do, what you don't do, it doesn't get to dictate your actions. I think that it was Brene Brown who said it so beautifully. She said that fear is always there. Fear is always there. It's the passenger in the car. It's going to be there. It's going to share its opinion. But it doesn't get to dictate where you go, and it doesn't get to dictate what plays on the radio. Don't you love that? That was from a Brene Brown book. I don't remember which one. I think it was Dare to Be Great. I'm not sure though. If anyone knows, you can go ahead and comment below. But Brene Brown said that, and it was absolutely beautiful, and that stuck with me for a long time. So here's what people who, rise above their self-doubt, here's the actions that they do. They keep on rising up. They create patterns and habits. Morning routines are so important. My morning routine is golden for me. I don't do it absolutely perfect every single day, but I at least allow myself a pause before I start jumping into my day. I allow myself to stop, to figure out what's really going on, to, plan moving forward, and then I take action. People who rise above their self-doubt, they keep rising up, They create beautiful habits. I was trying to say patterns and habits at the same time. Habits. So they create beautiful habits. They create beautiful patterns. And what that does, just like how I did when I was 11 and I started piling self-doubt on myself until I was blinded by it, is each and every single time you show up, you do what you say you're going to do, and you take action in spite of your self-doubt. Each and every single time you do that, you're growing this muscle. Just like, working out for my girls who lift weights here. Each time you're growing the muscle, you're creating the new neural pathways in your brain, and you're creating the muscle memory that you are the type of person who takes action in spite of the self-doubt. You take action in spite of the fear. You are the type of person who pushes through them and takes action anyway. Feel the fear, do it anyway. I think that was Wayne Dyer who coined that, was feel the fear, do it anyway. When you push through and you take action, it is only through the action you will see that you are the person who does what you say. You will see that you are the person who takes action, who moves forward in positive momentum, who creates that momentum, and that just improves your muscle memory, that builds the muscle that shows you that you are the person. And sooner or later, you wake up and you realize, like, I don't know when this happened, but I became a woman of integrity. I don't know how this happened. It was just like one day at a time. I took these little steps and I started moving forward, and I did what Val said, and I was just taking action even though I felt fear, even though I felt like I was going to die if I did this thing, and then I did it and I didn't die, and I just kept taking action, and next thing I knew, I woke up and I was a woman of integrity. I was a woman who showed up, and I was a woman who not only finished what she started, but I didn't stop at the end of 2020 because it's the holidays. I didn't stop. I didn't lose momentum. I didn't finish what I was doing because I'm like, oh, well, it's November. We're going in the holidays. It's almost the end of the year. I might as well just quit. Next year. What a woman of integrity truly does in her life is she realizes that if you're, in a small business, if you're an online marketer, if you're a business leader, whatever you are, if you have a side hustle, a woman of integrity, a woman who stands up and takes a stand for herself and believes in her abilities and her capabilities, even though there's self-doubt, because you can coexist with your self-doubt. You can still have self-doubt. Believe me, I do. I allow it to speak. I allow myself to feel it. And then I say, okay, thank you for the information you're giving me. I know you're trying to keep me safe, but I'm going to move forward. I see you, but I'm going to move forward anyway. And what happens is one day you wake up and you look around at your life and you're like, oh my gosh. Because of the seeds I planted, because of the momentum I gained, because of the practices and the habits that I created while I was, in integrity, while I was taking a stand, while I was feeling the fear, and I was moving forward anyway. As I was pacing forward and I was doing these things, next thing I wake up and I look around and I have a whole host, a tribe around me. I have people in my life who speak into me, who trust me, who know I'm going to show up. When I say I'm going to show up, I show up. People don't even question that anymore. Believe me, there was a time in my life when I said I was going to show up and people were like, okay, yeah, right. We'll see if she even shows up. Today, that doesn't happen. And, what I've gained from that is a gorgeous 6-figure business where I have clients who are incredible, who pay me very well. I'm very well compensated in my business for my time and my dedication to my clients, because that's what they're paying me for. They are paying me to push past the self-doubt, to hold the torch for them so that they can push past their self-doubt too, so that they can learn how to become that woman of integrity, to take a stand in their life for what they believe in, to share their message, to share their vision, to share their purpose, so that they can talk about themselves, talk about their mission, talk about their products, talk about their service in a way that doesn't feel sleazy, that feels aligned and beautiful and gorgeous and you create that soul-aligned connection with your clients where you just get referrals and, to the point where you have a consistent client base, not to mention a funnel of people who are filtering in all of the time. This all comes when you make the decision to push past your self-doubt. When you make the decision to take action despite the fear, despite the doubt. Because again, this is all normal stuff that we all deal with. We all deal with it. So if you're watching live or you're watching on replay, I would love to hear in the comments, what self-doubt are you willing to push through today? What self-doubt are you willing to push through, and are you ready to go all in? Because you're worth it. And let me tell you, if I had not pushed past the self-doubt and I believed what the little 11-year-old Val believed about herself, I wouldn't be here today. I would never have the opportunity to stand on stages in front of hundreds of people, which, believe me, that vision came through within 6 months of me taking action. I've been on more stages this year than I've ever been in my entire life, even in COVID. And if that's possible for me, a little 11-year-old who was too afraid to even be seen, I would run under the radar because I thought that if I just laid low and didn't stir anything up and wasn't seen, then I couldn't be hurt. If I can go from her to who I am today, then it is abso-freaking-lutely possible for you too. I love you. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching. Let me look and see what I don't know what I did with my prizes here. Let me grab my prize bag here. All right. It's our favorite time of the day, guys. So this is the 15 days of wild giving. If you are not signed up for it, I'm going to be going live tomorrow, not on this page. It's going to be in a group. So if you want that information, put wild in the comments and I'll send you the info on how to get signed up, because I'm going to be bouncing around a little bit from here to there, and you're going to want to know when I'm going live. I'm going live every single day until Wednesday, November 25th. So every day from 11:11 to 11:25 at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to be a part of that, just let me know. Put wild in the comments and I'll get you signed up. So if you want to be in the drawing, I am giving away awesome prizes over the next 15 days. So if you want to be in the drawing, all you need to do is share this out. If you feel aligned, if you feel called to, it would mean the world to me. So share this video out. I do have a couple of people who shared it. So I'm going to go ahead and do a drawing today. And this is for some watermelon and aloe bath bombs. These are the bomb. I'm so cheesy. Okay, so this is for some watermelon. I just dropped it. I'm still with you. Okay, so this is for some watermelon bath bombs here. And I'm going to go ahead and draw a lucky winner today for this beautiful, gorgeous 3-pack of bath bombs that you're just going to be able to spoil yourself over the holiday season. And the winner is Princess Oman. All right, Princess Oman, you won these gorgeous, beautiful bath bombs. Please send me your address and I will ship this to you. It might take a little while because I'm mail right now, but send me your address. I'm going to ship you this beautiful, gorgeous prize. And if you guys want to be in for the drawing tomorrow, I'm giving away super cute little zippy packs that say brunch fund or coffee fund on them. So if you want to be in the drawing, just share this out. I would love to invite you into the wild tribe or the wild giving. So put wild in the comments if you want to be a part of that. Otherwise, I really hope you guys loved what I shared today. And if you're struggling with self-doubt, please share this out with anybody that needs to hear it, because you know what? My mission in life, my mission for 2020 has been to help as many people as I can. My coaching practice is getting pretty full with my one-on-one clients. So I've pulled back a little bit, and I'm working with my one-on-one clients, serving them, pouring into them. I'm going to be starting a mastermind here very soon because I do want to help people, more people, but it's just I've been so packed with my one-on-one clients that I'm opening up some space to do a mastermind. So keep that in mind. I love you guys so incredibly much. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing this out. And I will see you tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to know where we're going to be live, then drop wild in the comments and I will get you the information. I love you guys so much. Go out there, be bold, take action in spite of your fear. And just know that, what I'm talking about is totally possible because, if you can go from the bottom and rise to the top like I did, then it's totally possible for you. I'm just a normal girl who grew up in Oregon and my mom's from Idaho and, whatever. Like, I'm just a normal girl, like, living my dreams. So if I can do it, you can do it. I love you guys so much. Mwah. Bye.